Pelé. By 1970, he was already regarded as the finest player the game had produced, and this tournament in Mexico became the moment that claim was settled beyond argument. He operated as the central figure of the attack, but his real gift was making impossible things look inevitable, whether that meant a header from an angle no one else would have attempted or a pass threaded through defenders who never saw it coming. He had already won 2 World Cups before this one, and some expected his powers to be fading. Instead, he produced some of the most replayed moments in football history, including a shot from the halfway line and a dummy that sent a goalkeeper the wrong way without the ball ever touching him. His presence alone changed how opponents set up, often pulling 2 or 3 markers away from teammates who then found space to work. Jairzinho. He played on the right side of the attack and became the only player in World Cup history to score in every single match of a tournament, netting 7 goals across 6 games. His style was built on pace and physical strength, allowing him to beat defenders in tight spaces before they could recover their footing. Brazilian fans nicknamed him the Hurricane, a name that captured how suddenly he could turn a quiet passage of play into a scoring chance. He had come through the same Botafogo academy that produced Garrincha, and many saw him as a natural successor in terms of raw attacking threat. His partnership with Pelé down the right flank became one of the most feared combinations of the tournament. Gerson. He controlled the tempo of Brazil's play from midfield, using his left foot to switch the point of attack with a precision that few players in the world could match. Rather than relying on speed, he read the game a step ahead of everyone else, choosing the moment to slow things down or suddenly accelerate a move. His long diagonal passes often set Jairzinho or the full-backs free on the flanks. He also scored a crucial goal in the final against Italy, driving forward from deep and striking from outside the box. Teammates often credited him as the tactical brain that held the more instinctive attacking talents together. Tostão. He played as the central striker, though his contribution went beyond scoring since he constantly dropped deep to link play and create space for Pelé to operate in more dangerous areas. He had returned to the squad after recovering from a detached retina injury that nearly ended his career the year before, making his place in the starting 11 a story of resilience as much as skill. His intelligence in positioning allowed Brazil's front line to interchange freely without losing structure. He and Pelé developed an almost telepathic understanding, often exchanging passes in tight spaces that opponents could not anticipate. Rivelino. He played on the left side of midfield and possessed one of the most powerful and accurate left feet in the tournament, capable of bending free kicks around defensive walls. His trademark move, a body feint that became known as the Elastico, was later copied by generations of players around the world. He scored important goals throughout the tournament, including a long-range strike against Czechoslovakia that showcased the technique defenders feared most. His thick mustache and calm demeanor made him instantly recognizable, but it was his shooting power that opponents remembered most vividly. Carlos Alberto. He captained the side and played right back, a position that in this Brazil team carried far more attacking responsibility than defenders were typically given elsewhere. His forward runs down the flank added an extra dimension to the attack, and he finished the final with one of the most celebrated goals in World Cup history, arriving late into the box to strike a low cross first time. That goal, the 4th in a 4-1 win over Italy, is still shown as an example of team football built on patience and movement rather than individual improvisation. As captain, he was also responsible for organizing a defense that had to balance defensive discipline with the freedom given to Brazil's attacking players. Clodoaldo. He played as a defensive midfielder, and his job was to shield the back line while allowing more gifted attacking players the freedom to express themselves further forward. His most remembered contribution came in the build-up to Carlos Alberto's final goal, where he dribbled past 4 Italian players inside his own half before releasing the move that ended the tournament. Though less celebrated than his attacking teammates, his positional discipline and composure under pressure were essential to how the team functioned as a whole. Félix. He was the goalkeeper for the tournament, a position that drew criticism at times for perceived weaknesses in shot stopping, though his shortcomings were rarely tested given how dominant Brazil's attack proved to be. His role became less about spectacular saves and more about distribution and communication with a back line that pushed high up the pitch. Because the team scored so freely, Brazil could afford defensive lapses that would have proven costly against a more balanced opponent, and Félix's steady, if unspectacular performances were enough to see the team through to the title.